Hello students. In this video we will discuss about the remaining part of axial skeleton and further continue with appendicular skeleton. After skull and ribcage you have another important part that is known as spine, backbone, also said to be vertebral column. Okay, the backbone, which is very important part of our body, also known as spine, backbone and vertebral column. The spine or backbone is a hollow cylindrical structure that is attached to the base of the skull and also runs along the back of the body. So this you can say vertebral column starts right from your head, the place where the brain ends. From there it starts and there is a long tube reaching to your end of your body or end of your trunk. Okay, this long structure is said to be vertebral column. Inside this vertebral column you have a tube which is going inside, which helps in coordination, and that is spinal cord. So the outer structure is said to be vertebral column, and inside that you have spinal cord. So when someone says that your backbone is a spinal cord, no, it is not a spinal cord. Backbone, you can say backbone is this different bones present, and inside this there is a long tube running which is connecting your brain to your end, that is you can say the end of the torso, and this tube, long tube inside, is said to be spinal cord, whereas the backbone is said to be vertebral column, and this cylindrical structure is made up of 33 small different bones, and each bone is said to be vertebrae. Okay, understood? Inside the vertebral column there is spinal cord. Okay, you can imagine that you have a bottle and inside the bottle you put a straw. So that straw is a spinal cord, whereas the outside bottle is said to be vertebral column. So this vertebral column is made up of 33 different bones, and each bone is said to be vertebrae. Why it is present? Again, it provides a framework to our body, a proper structure to our body. In addition to this, it protects a very important part of our body, that is spinal cord. Spinal cord is very essential for coordination between the movement of our body and brain. Okay, so brain passes some messages to spinal cord, and spinal cord later on passes the messages to our body, and hence we are able to move or perform the functions. Hence, that important part has to be protected, and it is protected by vertebral column, also said to be backbone or spine. Spinal cord, no, it is inside it. Okay, so it is act as a central support for the body and provides support during locomotion. It protects the spinal cord, the cord which is present. It is said that the 33 small bones are divided into cervical bones. Cervical means present in your neck region. Thoracic, present in your chest region. Lumbar, present in your abdomen region. You have sacrum and coccyx. Okay, so all these 33 bones are divided into cervical, thoracic, lumbar, sacrum and coccyx. Coccyx has another name which is also said to be tailbone. Okay, so you might have heard people hearing about or telling about tailbone. So tailbone has a biological name which is known as coccyx, and it is present towards the end of our trunk or torso region and the hip region. Okay, so you have to remember spine, backbone, vertebral column. Do not call it as spinal cord, made up of 33 bones, also known as vertebrae, and function as protection, giving structure to our body. Imagine if you don't have spinal cord, you will not be able to spit, you will not be able to sit. Okay, if you don't have spinal cord, you will not be able to bend, you will not be able to sit. So very important part of injury in spinal cord. You might have heard n number of people having injury in the spinal cord. Such people have to lie on the bed only. They cannot bend, they cannot walk, they cannot sit. Such important organ is this, and be protected by vertebral column. Okay, that is all about axial skeleton. Moving to appendicular skeleton. The first part of appendicular skeleton consists of limbs. You have two limbs, are hands are said to be forelimbs, whereas our legs are said to be hind limbs. Okay, please remember the terms forelimbs, hind limbs. So, a limb is a jointed appendage of the human or other animal body. Jointed appendage is, imagine this to be a hanger, and to your hanger you are hanging something. So what are you hanging? You are hanging your hands, your legs to your body along with the shoulder bones and the hip bones. So limbs along with the shoulder bone and your hip bones together will come under appendicular skeleton. What are the hands called as? Forelimbs. What are the legs called as? Hind limbs. And they are known as jointed appendage. Why? Because we are attaching to the main body, that is trunk. Okay, now let's see what is present in your forelimb. Okay, from here starts your forelimb. This is your forelimb, the structure of the bones in your hands. It is said that your upper part of the hand, that is upper arm, consists of only one bone, that is said to be humerus. Your lower arm consists of two bones, radius, ulna. The radius is said to be the thicker bone. Okay, you can see here, this is thicker, this is thinner. So radius is said to be the thicker bone, whereas the small bone is thinner bone. If you try and touch your hand right from the center, you will find one bone is little thin, another bone is little thick. So the thick one is known as radius, whereas the thin one is known as ulna. In the wrist region, you know, wrist watch, why do we call that wrist watch? Because this region is said to be wrist. So wrist is place where exactly you wear watches, and it consists of 8 different bones. Okay, one bone here in radius and ulna, that is 2 bones in the lower arm. Wrist region 8 bones. Palm region, right? This region, palm region, you have 5 bones, and in your finger you have 14 bones. So 3 in each finger. 3, 3, 6, 3, 9, 3, 12, and 2 in your thumb. Okay, 3, see, you can see 3, 3, 6, 3, 9, 3, 12, and 2 in your thumb. This all bones in your finger consisted of 14 bones. So in your one hand, imagine in your one hand how many bones you have? 1, 2, 3, right? 3 and 8, 11, 11 and 5, 16, 16 and 40 will come to 30 bones. So in your one hand you have 30 bones. Have you ever imagined? You might have heard about one dialogue in Munna Bhai MBBS. When Munna Bhai learns that in one hand there are so many bones, then his friend says that have you ever thought about so many bones when you start killing a man, right? So that is, in one bone you have 30, in one hand you have 30 bones, and you have to remember the names. In the upper arm, humerus, radius, ulna, wrist bones, palm bones, and finger bones. Now wrist bones also have a name. The wrist bones are said to be carpals. The palm bones are said to be metacarpals, and your finger bones are said to be phalanges. Okay, so remember, wrist bones are said to be carpals, palm bone, metacarpals, and phalanges. Okay, 14 bones in your finger, phalanges. So your forelimb consists of 30 bones. That is each forelimb. My question to you is, if one hand is made up of 30 bones, how many bones are present in your forelimbs? Forelimbs include 2 hands. So one hand 30 bones, so 2 hand will have 60 bones. So in your both hand you have 60 bones. Please remember the names: humerus, radius, ulna, carpals, metacarpals, and phalanges. 1, 2, 8, 5 and 14. The numbers are also very, very important. Okay? Thank you.